Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Monday, February 27th, CrowdRising webinar and update presentation. Now, Tom, if you're recording this, I'm just going to just give me the signal in the room there when you're ready to start the recording, and I will just pause and start from the top, and we'll get this recorded. I know there's plenty of people that want this information that are not here on the webinar tonight. It's wee hours in the morning in many parts of the country, and they're just not here. Hey, I see Garrett has made it into the house, and So is in here since I last said hello, and Gary's in the house. Chuck is in the house. Jack Michelot is in the house. Great to have you guys with us here. Welcome. Just a real treat and a pleasure to have you all with us here for this CrowdRising TeamBuild webinar update here for tonight. So, all right, if someone's recording, I'm just going to pause here, and I'm going to start off at the top here. Hello and good evening, and welcome to the CrowdRising February 27th, Monday night webinar update and presentation. My name is Pete Redekop, and I see we've got my Uncle G, Garrett Rempel in the house as well, so that is great. We may get a few words in from him later on if he's got a few minutes of time, but hey, I'm excited, folks. Gerhard and I just got back from the interior, our former home area where we frequently travel to, productive meetings with our programmer. As most of you know, Gerhard is very busy with the Wealth Rising project, and I've started to get very involved as well, and just a ton of stuff going on in that side of the fence as well. But we are here for a CrowdRising webinar and update presentation. Most of you know that we've been talking about this team build, and we did a little webinar there last week, and we sort of left it with you folks. When we recorded the webinar, we left a few things that need to be resolved tonight, and one of the polls that we asked for is, what should we call this new CrowdRising team build that we're organizing and coordinating here together with Terry Martel, who we're going to hear from tonight, Shola out of Nigeria, who's going to be handling the Nigeria participants that wish to join this incredible CrowdRising event. It's going to be a really unique team build that we're going to structure, and I'm going to go into the details of that here shortly, but I want to start off at the top and just real quickly ask you folks for a little bit of feedback. Has anyone given any special thought to the theme? What should we call this webinar? I know Terry Martel created a special little room on Skype where we just put everybody in, that the initial people that were excited about the drive, and I think she called it, what did you call it again, Terry? I keep forgetting the name. CR Believers or something like that. This has a nice little ring to it, and if we don't get a better suggestion, we're going to possibly call it the CR Believers Team Build or something like that. But we want to throw it back at you folks here tonight to ponder on some ideas, and as Terry and myself mentioned on the previous webinar, that we're going to give the person that gives us the best suggestion, the best idea, the best name for the theme for this webinar, we're going to give you a $20 PA, give you a free account activation in Wealth Rising. Your account activation is $2 in Bitcoin, $20 Bitcoin deposit into your Wealth Rising package that's going to start earning you every single 15 days. It expires, and you can put it back in and allow it to mature and do a request assistance and just build from there. So we're looking for your ideas tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Jack Michelot's got the first one here. CR Champions. That's all right. There's a good one. So anyone else? Any ideas? Want your feedback? Anything that comes to mind for a theme for this team build? Now, my thought is kind of incorporate the word team build into it somehow so that people know this is a special CrowdRising event here, a team build that we're going to structure right in our support center area to help offset costs for things that constantly need to be done. We know there's issues since we moved over to the new hosting company. Terry has brought some of them to my attention, and we've kept the programmer very, very busy on the Wealth Rising project, and this is one of the reasons why he hasn't had a lot of spare time to work on the CrowdRising system. I'm not using that as an excuse, it's just a fact, but we do need to get him back into CrowdRising here and fix some issues. Now clearly every time there's issues, every time we move to a hosting provider or whatever we do, renewing the domain, which is coming up now, there's always expenses related to that. So we're really going to need the support of everyone here in CrowdRising that wishes to move forward and wishes to support this team build that we're going to have here. And we really want you guys to win in this build as well. It's not just that we're looking for us to receive a bunch of donations. That's not what this is about. This is about an organized structure that's going to go 3 deep, 3 wide. I'm going to explain that a bit, how that's going to work with our rotator, and how we're going to give everyone 3 participants when they join, and how we're all going to be working off of one main referral link, the rotator link, that is going to automatically place 3 participants under you, and it's going to rotate to the next person. And once you have your 3, it's going to remove you out of the rotator to give you room, or to make room for the next participant that has come on board that is looking for their 3 participants as well. Now, clearly, we can't promise we're going to be able to put 3 under everyone, but we're going to do this as long as we can. And we're going to do this through a series of advertising campaigns. And I addressed those advertising campaigns on the previous webinar, which our friend Tom was kind enough to record, and we got that recording out there. So again, greatly appreciated, Tom. But we are going to do some exciting things here, guys, and we're going to pump up and boost up the morale here a little bit in CrowdRising. And but before I go into any of those details, I'm going to be turning this over to our friend Terry Martell here in just a second. She's been so committed and so focused, and has been helping in so many areas in CrowdRising and working those support tickets with Shola and myself when I have time. And this lady deserves a lot of credit, folks, a ton of credit, because she just goes the extra mile for each and every one of our wonderful CrowdRising participants. And as you guys can clearly see, the numbers were sort of stagnant there for a while, and they've started to pick up now. And we had that server change. We lost something like 1,500 people during that transition, that the data was just lost, gone, of these brand new participants. So we've had to recreate manually a large portion of that genealogy, and we're right now 298,356 people. With the new activity on this team build and everything we're going to be doing here, it's going to take us to 300,000 and far beyond. So there's no question about that. But I'm excited to share with you guys that we're going to start this build between the 1st and the 5th of March. And anyone who wants to get into this build is going to have to follow a very strict protocol to get involved. First of all, you have to be a CrowdRising participant in the early stages. It's not open to anyone but CrowdRising participants. It will get opened up globally to anyone very shortly, but the initial row, we're going to put 3 under each person, so that's going to take us, the initial row is 5. It's going under a CR support center, and we're going to give it a name, a theme. Everyone's going to have usernames assigned to them. There's a special email address that we're going to give you here tonight, and the way it's going to work is you're going to send us an email, and Terry will go over this and give you detailed information on how that's going to work, what are the fields that you need to send into us, and it's going to be time-stamped. When we give you the green light, we're going to do the row of 5 under the CR Support Center, and then we're going to put 3 under each of these 5, which is going to give us a row of 15. Under that row of 15, we're going to place 3 participants under each of those 15. That's going to make up a row of 135. Beneath that row of 135, we're going to, again, do the same thing. We're going to put 3 under each participant. Now, you can clearly see here that the numbers are going to get big as we continue to do this. And the only way we're going to be able to keep the momentum, keep the energy, keep the synergy going is by all working together as a team unit, locking arms, and running this race together as a team. Now, it's going to be very important that we all get on the same page with the advertising and the team rotator link so that everyone benefits off of our joint group efforts. So I'm pretty pumped about the whole idea of how we'll do this. Between the 1st and the 3rd approximately, we're going to have the initial row of 5 in place. Then immediately, 12 hours later, we're going to give everyone 12 hours, and that's it. If you're not prepared to do your donation, and we've chosen Bitcoin and PayPal only for this build. There's going to be no other options but PayPal and Bitcoin. So if you don't have a PayPal account, at least have a Bitcoin. If you don't have a Bitcoin, well, at least have a PayPal account ready to go. And the donation must be made within 12 hours of the time you're placed. If you miss your 12-hour deadline, we're going to remove that account and you're going to get bumped down. So you have to be on the ball here. And we're doing this for a reason, because in the initial stages, we have to quickly get the next row, the next row, the next row in, and it's going to be a manual placement in the initial stages. So we're going to go into more detail here shortly, but before I do that, I want to just turn it over again to our wonderful friend, Terry Martell. And she's also going to go over some of the procedures, and she's going to be monitoring this email address that we're going to give out here, and I'm going to be monitoring it as well. And as the time-stamped entries come in of participants wishing to join this unique build, we're going to place them as they come in, so time-stamped. So anyways, join me in welcoming our wonderful, awesome friend and support moderator, Terry Martell.
Thank you, Pete, for the great introduction and the praise as well. Congratulations, everybody, being on the call tonight. Great to see a great turnout. Hope to see a little more at the next one once we get the word out of what's going on and build some momentum with this. I'm pretty excited myself. I can't wait to get going and start entering names and start building this team. And we all will be happy and pleased. And so get the word out to everybody you know. Like Pete said, we'd like everybody to show their interest by sending an email to the CrowdRising compliance@gmail.com, and I'll type it up again one more time. In this email, I need your name, your email address, your phone number, the best time to reach you, your Skype name, as well as your CrowdRising username that you have currently. And that way we can add you to the Skype room as well. We have, I think, 14 or 17 participants in there right now. And the order that the emails come in will be the order you will be placed on this team build. So the sooner you get your name in there, the better off you'll be. We're working, I believe, Susan, you and I need to get together and talk about autoresponders, rotators, stuff like that. So whenever you're available, I'd love to sit and talk to you. We did discuss that when we get up to the higher stages, like a stage 4 donation, we're going to do a comp $20 wealth rising donation for you to participate in that. There's going to be several bonuses as well going on. We're going to comp somebody for whoever wins the username for the team build. So that's how that's going to work. Just going over my notes. We're going to do a referral link that will be generic. So that will help out as well. All the same rules that we have currently in CrowdRising, such as soft lock and everything like that, will be in effect. So keep an eye on your accounts. And basically that's all I have for tonight. I can turn it over to either Gerhard or Pete, whoever would like to jump in.
Thank you so much for the updates there, Terry. Really appreciate it. And going over the list here of the participants in the room, I just want to welcome those that have jumped on this webinar after we did the introductions and the hellos and the welcomes. Just want to make everyone feel really welcomed here this evening. Just excited to have you guys here, and also reviewing the chats here while Terry was giving us some updates here and reading some of the suggested names. And there's some really good ones in here. So I was looking at several of them here that I thought were pretty amazing, but I think we can keep the creative juices flowing. What about, I read one, I think Terry Lynn posted it, and it was really good. And another one that came to mind is CrowdRising TeamBuild. I don't know, I think incorporating the word TeamBuild in there is good, but maybe it's a little long. But what are your thoughts on that one? CrowdRisers, or just the CrowdRisers TeamBuild, maybe just without the word team, just TeamBuild. I don't know. These are just ongoing ideas here. Let's keep the creative juices flowing, and by the end of the night, let's have a theme chosen. Now, how do you wish to handle this, Terry, with the name suggestions? Do you want it done in here, in a Skype room, or do you want everybody to send an email? Maybe just let us know what you feel is the best way to give the right person credit that comes up with the name that we will choose. So I think the best way is really to get everyone to send a quick email to this CrowdRising Compliance Gmail. That is my guess, but you tell us, Terry, what you feel would be the best so that we can really, send it to email. That's a really good suggestion, guys. Can you do that, please? Can you just quickly put your suggestion? You could have multiple suggestions on an email too. Like don't put more than 3 there. You know what I mean? Just give your top 3 suggestions maybe that you have, and then, or if you just have one, that's fine. Shoot that email to us, and then we'll look over it, Terry and I, and we'll make a decision here by, I guess, probably no later than tomorrow. We'll choose one of them, and we'll give credit, as we mentioned, to the CrowdRising participant that has come up with the absolute best name to give this team build a little pizzazz, give it a little energy, to create a little awareness. And I think the name sort of should say what we're about, what our mission is, and we're a group of risers here that are on a mission with a team build. Now, one of the things that I want to touch on here real quickly as well is how we're going to be introducing this team build to all of the CrowdRising participants. Now, as you know, we have a very large pond that we can potentially fish from here. As you see, our member count, 298,000. Let's say 50% of them are still app participants that log in their accounts periodically. I don't know what the number is. I have no idea. There's obviously duplicate accounts in here as well and things like that. So it's really hard to say how many actual active participants there are. But let's just say we have a membership base of even, 100,000, 1/3 of what the actual membership base is, that we potentially still act and get a message out to them through the login ads. The login ads are the ads you see when you log into your CrowdRising account. We've all seen them from time to time as Terry and myself or the support staff updates them. You see a message pop in your face. You read the message, you click close at the bottom, and it doesn't go away until you click close. Now, it's also in the news section of CrowdRising, so it gives you the option to go to the article. So you literally go to the article, you can grab the link to the article, and you can Skype that link to your friends, to whomever you're wanting to interest. We're going to get some volunteers that want to do some little videos on YouTube to promote this CrowdRising team build that we're going to do here. So we're going to possibly have several team build videos that go out. So one can pick and choose the one that you think your people would respond to the best. Let's say I did one, Tom did one, Terry did one, Jack did one, James did one. We all do a little short intro video on the team build, and we post them. We put the links right in the team build section of the site, and also post them in login ads in the news section of the CrowdRising site, so people could take a look at these videos, and they should all be short. I don't want to see any video longer than 5 minutes explaining this team build. So to be accepted in, it must be 5 minutes or shorter, because anything that's longer and drawn out, you know what? No. We can have that in print form somewhere, which we will have. So everything will be, obviously we have deaf people we're catering to as well. So I mean, these people will need to have everything in print form. So on the site would be some real simple guidelines of how the team build will work and what the protocol is. I mean, you get your 3 through the rotator, through our joint efforts. Your count is obviously soft locked at 3, and then you need to step up, so you get the $20 back that you came out of pocket from the first donation. The next 2 donations that come in are donations that you're going to need for your stage 2 step up. So ultimately, you'll have nothing in the build as we're placing 3 under you, or you're getting those 3 through the joint efforts with the rotator. And you'll have a team build account in the very early stages here that's going to be upgraded to stage 2 and 0 out-of-pocket dollars in the system. Now that's pretty good. because anything that happens beyond that, and depending on how successful the build is, as we continue to advertise this, and again, we have many, many methods that we're going to be choosing to help this, and we're going to tap into your expertise, guys, your strengths, and we're going to ask you, what do you feel the best way to help market this thing? So if you guys feel you've got a really great lead system, or you've got a great place where you could do a solo ad or pay-per-click or whatever. I mean, many of you guys have phenomenal advertising channels, not to mention your own social medias. They're a great place. We all did 2 or 3 little short ads on our Facebook or Twitter. I've mentioned many times that I use a service called OnlyWire, where I link my 5 top social media accounts to my OnlyWire account. It takes a little bit of time to set it up, but it's so worth it. It's free, guys, free. Your Facebook, Twitter, your Pinterest, your LinkedIn, I mean, whatever you have, your Google Plus, link your 5 favorite social medias to OnlyWire. Go do a post in OnlyWire, one post, and it pastes this content, puts this content on all of your social medias at the click of one button, and you can do this ad in the middle of the night, and you can allocate a time. If you think 8 o'clock in the morning is a great time, 10 o'clock at night is a great time to send this out, to post this. This thing will schedule your posts for whenever you want them to appear on your social media accounts. It's a great service, guys. And if you want to upgrade your account, you can have up to 50 social media services if you have many, many social medias. Most of us don't have more than 5. So the free service is all I'm promoting and recommending up front. If you see the value in a paid service, go for it, guys. And Easy Hits for You is another one. I mean, many of you are members of Easy Hits for You. If you're not, you should be, because what a great place that is to go and do a little advertising. And for those that don't mind going surfing some sites, you can get free credits and put your links in there and put the Team Rotator link into Easy Hits for You and advertise it there and get X number of hits on that. You can purchase some very cheap advertising, some text ads, banner ads. You can do an open page. I mean, there's many things you can do with Easy Hits for You. And it's got way over 1 million members in there. I don't know exactly how many, but I know it's way over 1 million. So there's a very, very large pond there again that you guys can go fish. We all know there's a huge appetite for these kinds of team builds. I've seen some very successful builds of this nature in the past, and some of them start at a much higher entry rate than CrowdRising. Obviously, CrowdRising is a one-time $20 out of pocket, just as per our CrowdRising plan. And you're agreeing to the terms and services within CrowdRising when you do this team build. So in other words, anyone that wants to, the initial stage is just for the CrowdRising participants. That's all we're going to enter in the initial build. But once we get beyond the row of 3, beyond that row of 135, and depending on how many queries we have coming in, that's it, guys. It's open to anyone and everyone. They just need to follow the protocol of how we'll do it, and eventually we may veer off from the rotator. I don't know. It's something we're going to have to work and see how it goes, because here's the deal. Once your account in this team build has received multiple donations and it's doing really well, you all do have your own referral links. In the initial build, we're not going to be using those referral links, because we're going to all try to work on the team rotator links as much as we can. We have great people that can help us with that. I know, like Terry mentioned, Susan Saunders, she has a lot of knowledge when it comes to these rotators. Our friend Steve Height, and there's many, many others. I know James Bobo and Sky in the room. These guys are marketers. They have some good knowledge on how to get a message out there. So I'm going to be encouraging the feedback from these participants within our network and say, what do you guys think would work the best? What do you feel would be the greatest way that we could really, really build this and do a good job at it? Because ultimately down the road, let's say numbers start to fall off, or we're not getting any more participants joining, what's going to happen, and how will the team build continue to grow? Well, I feel that once we get a little momentum going here, and if we do this marketing campaign correctly with all of you guys involved, I feel that there's going to be a very, very large interest in this team build, because, again, I'm going to repeat myself. Gerard and I have been in plenty of these team builds, in the past, and we've been at entry levels of $150 and $100 and $50, and we've seen the appetite. We've seen it firsthand. It went like wildfire. Gerhard were involved in one that went to 100,000 participants before it collapsed for whatever reason. But I mean, clearly they don't go on forever. But the people that respond early do very, very well. And in the end, the worst case scenario, I love worst case scenario in this CrowdRising team build. Let's say you come in and we've got 5,000 people in this build already, and obviously the rows are getting pretty big, and it's getting a little hard for us to fill down there. There may not be enough new participants joining to give everyone 3. Well, what's worst case scenario in the build? Worst case scenario is you have a CrowdRising account. Maybe you had an original account somewhere else. You've got another account here right now that is yours, and you can choose to build it right there within the team that you are, or you can go back to your original spot. So worst case scenario is you have $20 in this, and should you find one person that decides to join via your link at that point when we open it up, where you can use your own referral link, and that day will come where we'll do that. And also, as we're doing the actual creating awareness and getting the message out there, obviously the head position is going to have never have more than 5 people. The spill will always be on, meaning everyone that joins, even if they happen to join via the direct referral link, let's say it's CrowdRisers build, whatever we call this team build, and they go to CrowdRisers team build, that's the username, and they join. Just like if they join CrowdRising.net right now from the internet, they're just going to spill down, and it's going to go to someone in the team is going to benefit from that, because there may be different advertising campaigns that are out there. Some may be with rotators only, some may be with the referral link of the head position. So as per CrowdRising rules, well, how does it work? Well, it's very simple. It's going to spill down to the next participant in line with the least amount of referrals. You see, that's how Gerhard and I programmed CrowdRising from day one. This is a year ago, folks. A year ago in February, when Gerhard and I were crunching the numbers and working the plan to publicly launch CrowdRising, it was incredible, because you know what? We came together and we said, you know what? There's some real elements that we can add to this to make it far better than anything else out there. And let's face it, not many of these types of programs like CrowdRising last and can say, we're still here a year later, guys, and it's still working. Have we had issues? Have we had challenges? Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. Have we had criticism? Absolutely, for sure. Are we still here? Are we hiding? You know what? We're still here. We're not hiding, guys. And that's the message here. That's going to give people a lot of confidence, knowing there's an admin involved here that is proactive. We've got a great North American programmer that resides right here in Belize, Central America. As a matter of fact, Gerhard and I, we had a meeting with him over the course of this weekend. And as I mentioned earlier, we are keeping him extremely busy in wealthrising.net with all of the things we're doing with this peer-to-peer financial assistance project. But that will come to a close very soon, and he's going to have more time to help us detail some of the little fixes and some of the little things that we need to customize, if you will, in CrowdRising to continue to make this a better home for each and every one of us. Now, going back to the build itself, I'm going to go over some of the notes that Terry posted here in Skype, and I'm just going to go over them one more time for the benefit of everyone on this webinar here, and also for those that are listening to this via a recording. So if you're on a YouTube link right now and you're listening to this via a recording, the email address that you're going to need to send an email to is crowdrisingcompliance@gmail.com. You're going to need to give us your CrowdRising current username, and we will look you up. Make sure that you have at least a stage 1 account. Must have a stage 1. No stage 0s are going to be accepted in the initial entry. It's stage 1 or higher, so you must have already donated to someone. The build is being targeted between March 1st and 5th to get the initial row of 5, and then the row of 15, as I mentioned, into place, and then our row of 135. So that's sort of our target there between the 1st and the 5th. What will most likely happen is the 1st will Well, if we get everything together by then, we'll put the row of 5 in, and then from there, it's 3 down. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of manual entry. If anyone wants to volunteer, wants to help with any elements that you feel you could contribute to this build, we would absolutely love to hear from you. Just send an email to that CrowdRisingCompliance@gmail.com, and we're going to have a lot of fun here, guys. And that's the message. But you must include your username, your name, the best phone number to reach you, and for the time. What's the best time? And if you know Eastern, if you're from another part of the world, give us Eastern times in there so we can be on the same page. Look it up. If you're in Nigeria and 7 p.m. Eastern is not a good time for you, say 1 o'clock Eastern would be great, or whatever, so that we can give you a call or reach out to you or email you back, add you to Skype, whatever method you give us that we can contact you. If we have any issues, we will contact you. And then the moment we place you into the system, obviously the system is going to send you an email. The email is going to have your login details for your newly assigned CrowdRising TeamBuild account. You're going to have that assigned username, and you're going to need to log into that account and set up your account, set up your donation methods, add your Facebook to it, whatever social medias you want to attach to your CrowdRising new account, do it and take it serious, guys. Upload your avatars, whatever you want, and then let's start the magic of sharing what we have here. So we've got something great to share here with people, and let's face it, 20 hours is not a lot to go to pocket to have some fun here and participate in this team build that we're going to officially repeat again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. I know many of our people cannot be on this webinar at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's not a good time for them. And I'm going to repeat what I said, and I said it last week, 3 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday, tomorrow, February 28th. We're going to repeat this webinar its entirety. You're all welcome to come back. Bring your new people, bring your participants, bring anybody. This gives you a little bit of time here to reach out to them and to say, listen, there's something cool coming, there's something fun coming. We're gonna have a great time here with this team build, and you're gonna meet some new people. I mean, networkers love to meet new people. You're gonna be donating to possibly someone you've never met before. You're gonna be your second upline could be someone you've never known before. Talk about list building. Your third upline, well, again, that may be a total new person. Your row of 5 or your row of 3, whatever it ends up. Initially, it'll be a row of 3. Later on, after you'll be soft locked and you step up to stage 2, you're going to have the ability to receive spills on your 4th and 5th position. Because as we continue to advertise the head position, as I mentioned earlier, the natural spill of how Gerhard and I designed CrowdRising is going to fill in the referral with the least amount of referrals. So, example. Here we are a row of 15. Okay, let's say everyone there is pretty motivated. Everybody gets that all filled up nicely, which will probably happen. These are, the row of 5 are supergized leaders that we're going to be working this. The 15 is going to be about the same. We're going to have some really good builders in the row of 15. Now, clearly, the moment you guys are going to have your account soft locked when you get your 3 donations, you're going to step up and, hey, you're going to meet someone new and say hello, and, you're going to step up to stage 2 from the proceeds from the donations that you receive from the 3 that were placed beneath you in the team build. So where it gets really interesting here is relationship building. That is so magic. That is so dynamic, guys. And I know many people, they do this really, really well. And I'm going to give credit to someone where credit is due. Our friend Susan Saunders in the house. She does an amazing job on Facebook and supporting her people, and she's always reaching out. If there's an issue, she's on me. She's on Terry. She's just right there, and she reports back to her people. And there's a reason her Facebook is maxed out at 5,000 friends. There's a reason her Skype has so many, many, many people on it, because you know what? She cares, and she's always there for the people. And it doesn't matter what time of day it is. She'll always go that extra mile to reach out, loan a hand, and just say, you know what, I'm here to help you. And, I love that about Susan. And I've known Susan for a lot of years, and I just honestly want to give credit where credit is due. There's many great people in this room, and you all deserve credit. I know our friend James Bobo, I've had several conversations with him. He's been on our CrowdRising webinar in the past, and I mean, him and I spoke extensively, $8,000 in donations in the first 30 days in CrowdRising. I mean, congratulations, James. And, that's awesome. That's amazing. That's just the power of what is possible when you are motivated. Now, clearly, that doesn't happen by itself. Most of you guys know that. When you are new in CrowdRising, you're looking at this. I mean, if you're green, you haven't had some experience, you haven't built any relationships, you may have a harder time building this. You may have a little harder time promoting this. So you may be relying a little bit on the team build and the three that the team build is going to place under you, and hopefully that can gain some traction and get some momentum going and get some real good builders down there that are going to duplicate the process of inviting other participants, because that's what it takes. Now, if you've got some ammunition, meaning you've got some people that you can tap into, what's there to stop you from eventually promoting your own link in your back office? And that's what everyone will do at a certain stage in this build. We will use our own links, but not in the initial portion of the build. We're only going to be using the rotator to continually to do that, and to give everyone, the participants, to help them grow and establish a little bit of footing here. But in the inevitable where we're not getting the new participants joining at the rate we need, we're just going to say, everyone, guys, let's start promoting our links in our back office. So if you're soft locked, or you've just gotten out of soft lock and now you've got your 4th and 5th spot open in the build, well, get yourself 2 people. Go out there, advertise your link, and say, you know what, I got 2 people left on my front line, and I'm looking for 2 of the absolute best, strongest builders I can find. Don't put grandma and grandpa in there, a bird, a canary, a roper, a pail. Don't do that, guys. That's called committing suicide when you do that to your row of 5. Don't put yourself back in there. That's not what you want to do here. So we want to have you have your absolute best builder in that position, your 4th and 5th position. So that extra 2 legs that you're now going to be working beyond the 3 that you got from the team build is going to really help you to get some additional momentum and additional donations happening, so that you could ultimately go to stage 2, 3. And as Terry mentioned, we're going to be incorporating something in this team build where we're going to do something very, very special and very unique. Many of you guys are in Wealth Rising already, and some of you are not. Some of you may have never heard of wealthrising.net. Well, one of the things that we're going to be doing is, as we get up in the higher brackets of donations with this thing, and as our people start stepping up, we're going to make a very lucrative offer within this team build to anyone who wants to step up. Terry and I have talked about this. We will talk more about this as we progress, and we'll also get your feedback. But here's how it goes. Let's say we implement this at stage 4. Anyone that gets the donations and has their account soft locked stage 1, soft locked again stage 2, soft locked again stage 3. Now you got to go to stage 4. Well, here's what we're going to do. If you don't have a Wealth Rising account, we're going to give you a Wealth Rising account. That person where your stage 4 donation goes to is going to give you a Wealth Rising complimentary account. So you make the $100 donation, and they're going to open you a Wealth Rising account for a minimum of 20. We're talking about maybe potentially going up to 50% of the donation amount in a Wealth Rising account. Now think about this for a moment. Before you criticize this idea and this concept, and you got to remember that 50% of a $100 donation is $50. So if someone gives you a $100 donation from within the Team Build community, if you were to turn around and say, you know what, I am going to open you an account in Wealth Rising. If you wish, it's up to you. I'm going to allocate $50 into a Wealth Rising package for you. And that $50, I'm going to put it in a 15-day plan. It's going to expire every 15 days. And it's going to earn you up to 30%. Or is it 60%, Gerhard? You can talk on this for real quickly. I'm going to turn this over to you very briefly, Gerhard, when I'm done here. And I want you just to talk a little bit about the small 2 packages within Wealth Rising and how we can incorporate this and offer someone 50% of the donation amount into a Wealth Rising account. So not only will you get some referral commissions from that participant joining you in Wealth Rising, but now you've given them a really enticing offer. You've given them $50 as a complimentary just for stepping up to stage 4. And they had to step up to stage 4 because their account was soft locked anyways, so they couldn't proceed. They couldn't benefit from the build any longer. But now they see this as a real added feature, a real added benefit by stepping up, because not only are they eligible for stage 4 donations in CrowdRising now through the team build, but they're also earning passively in the Wealth Rising project. Now think about that for a moment. And the sponsor, it's pretty win-win, because he's receiving a referral commission on that deposit or that provide assistance. We don't call it deposits. We call them PAs and RAs. A PA in Wealth Rising is a provide assistance. An RA, it's like a deposit or as a withdrawal, it's called a request assistance. You can request assistance after the 15 days and boom, it's in your Bitcoin wallet. Now, if you decide to throw that in again, let it run another round, that's entirely your business. We're not here to say you should not. It's up to you what you do with it. But most people will look at this very intelligently and say, wow, that is awesome. I'm going to let this ride again. I'm going to go at this again. This is wonderful. I'm having fun at this. So we're going to sort of have two streams, inevitably, for all the participants that come in down the road. And again, we're open to suggestions and feedback. If you like that idea, it's there for you. If you don't like that idea, ignore it. Forget about it. Don't offer it to them. You're under no obligation that you must do this. This is a buffet of suggestions and ideas here today. Gerhard nor myself, we're not dictators. We're not the kind of people that just, hey, you must this, you must that, you have to this, you have to that. Nah, none of that, guys. We don't work like that. And for those of you that have been around and you understand how we roll, you already know that. So I want to turn it over to Gerhard real quickly here, and I'm going to get Gerhard to talk a little bit about his thoughts on the team build here, and I'm going to get him to talk a little bit about the Wealth Rising package. And I'm just going to get him to explain the small itty-bitty little $100 package here today, because this is a CrowdRising webinar, but I want you guys to understand what a $100 provide assistance in wealthrising.net will do for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming my partner and uncle, Gerhard Rempel.
Thank you very much, Pete. Let me quickly do a sound check and make sure everybody can hear me. If you would, please be so kind and type in the room in the chat box if you can hear me. Sounds good. All right. Thank you very much, Pete. Yes, there's not a whole lot of a time that I got left, because I have a date with our programmer. There's a few things that urgently need to be taken care of in Wealth Rising. But let me just briefly share you my idea of how I've been thinking how this could be incorporated or added to the team build. Of course, it would be optional, but I would highly suggest if one of us does it, this is just a suggestion. That's all it is. It's 100% optional how you want to go about this. But my suggestion simply is that we offer those that come on board with our team build. You offer them an incentive, offer them a reason. And once people see that there's in it, sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. When they see that, when the question comes to mind, okay, what's in it for me? Well, now offering them a complementary position in Wealth Rising, or if it's already, if that particular member already has an account in Wealth Rising or is already a member, no problem. We can just create a PA in their existing account. So what you would do is they would send you that donation. I'll let Pete go over this, or you if Pete wants to make this optional, what percentage of a certain donation would be forwarded from your referrals, or I should say from the donations of your downline, how much of that would be forwarded to their account if it's an existing member already in CrowdRising to create an additional PA for that downline, or if it's a brand new person, then the sponsor who gets these people into the team build, obviously would be the one that would sign those people up in Wealth Rising. So there you automatically earn referral commissions, and once you have 12 direct referrals or more with $100 PA each, then you also qualify as a leader for leader bonuses, which is an additional 5%. So all in all, the way I see this, if everybody follows suit, now we're offering them something. What's in it for me? They can clearly see, okay, now if I send this person, if I send my upline a donation for an X amount, and of that donation, X amount will be forwarded on my behalf to my account of Wealth Rising. Now I'm going to earn passively on that side. They're going to get excited, and guess what they will do? They will turn right around and they will promote this idea, this CrowdRising team build idea, to their people, to their group, to their organizations, and of course at the same time, them already having this package, this plan running in Wealth Rising, and they can see their daily growth being systematically added. That will get them excited, and of course, with the same token, when they invite people, when they share this team concept with their teams, their prospects, I'm pretty sure 99% of them would also share the idea, what's in it for me, namely a position, or I should say a complementary plan or package, if you will, in Wealth Rising, where they earn passively. So now this is our way of finding or implementing a way to make it, as we have said from day one, that one would lend a helping hand to another. CrowdRising and Wealth Rising are two totally different programs. They're totally separate. They're not tied together in any way, shape, or form. But we would come up with ways. We would introduce plans where one would enhance the other. And this is exactly what we have been talking about. In my opinion, this will work, and it will work awesome. It will benefit those that are currently motivated to build this team build, and at the same time, it will add a whole lot of momentum to Wealth Rising. Now, when those people already in Wealth Rising, when they get wind of what we're doing in CrowdRising, they will say, wow, this is an opportunity for me to have eggs in another basket. Now they will turn around and start asking questions, and they will join the CrowdRising team build, because who doesn't want additional streams of income, right? So the way the plans work, minimum is $20. So whatever you decide to share with your teams, you got to make sure that it is minimum $20, and then it's in increments of 10. For example, if the donation is 100, and if you want to do 50%, well, that's $50, which is fine, because it goes in increments of 10. The small two plans, the minimizer is maxed, has a maximum allowed of 100. The Kickstarter has a maximum of 300. So you have those two plans to work with for these complementary PAs in Wealth Rising. So if in the event that one of your downlines should already have maxed these two plans out, because there is a limit. You can only max those little plans out once. Once you have a PA for the total amount, either in one single PA or in multiple PAs up to the maximum allowed, then those two plans are off limit. So you would have to work something out with your downline in the event that that particular downline has already maxed out the two mini plans. So with that said, Pete, I'll just turn it back to you, because honestly, folks, I really got to get going. So I apologize for not having more time, but that's basically what I can share with you at this time. Over to you, Pete.
Sorry, I had myself muted here, and had to click the button several times on here. But thanks so much, Gerhard. Appreciate you coming on here and sharing with us a little bit about Wealth Rising. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to post in the room here a little screenshot here that I did with my Wealth Rising back office, and it basically gives you the small two plans. It gives you a breakdown of the amounts and how it works, and the 30%, like Gerhard mentioned, that you receive from that account during the duration of the plan, which is 15 days, and then you put in a request for an RA, request assistance, and it ends up right in your Bitcoin wallet. Very simple, very automated, peer-to-peer, member-to-member Bitcoin financial assistance project here with Wealth Rising. It's very, very unique, one of a kind. So like CrowdRising was created out of a concept of looking at other things, looking at how other things out there are working and customizing it and making it very, very unique to us. And that's exactly what Wealth Rising is, and that's what we've done here as well. And Gerhard and I, we spent countless hours on this. Gerhard far more than I have. He spent a ton of energy and time putting the little details together to make this unique. It's not a copycat of MMM Global. It's not a copycat of so many other things that are out there. This is original, unique, with a CRF. We're going to talk about that another day. That's not why we're here today. We're here today to just really nail down the final details of this CrowdRising Team Build webinar. And as I mentioned earlier, we're going to choose a name, and we're going to get you guys to start sending your emails in. There's no reason to wait. Early bird gets the worm. Those that are here already and want to know for sure you're going to join this Team Build, send the email in. It's open. It's already open, guys, to do so. There's no sense in waiting for that. So we won't enter you, though, until we're ready. As we said, between March 1 and March 5th is the target date. So you can expect an entry during that time, and you'll receive an email, and you'll follow instructions. You'll set up your donation accounts. You'll make sure your account is set up properly. You'll add your Bitcoin wallet, your PayPal. That's it. And anyone that does not have a PayPal account or a Bitcoin account in there will automatically be removed from the Team Build. Your account will just be removed, because there's going to be no such thing as Nigerian banks or South African rands or Tanzanian pesos or Philippine pesos, like no bank accounts, none of that stuff is going to exist here, guys. It's going to be Bitcoin and PayPal. So many of our fellow CrowdRising participants can very quickly and easily create a service for your participants that are joining. Let's use Africa, for example, or Nigeria, wherever we want to target, and you can assign someone. Someone in Nigeria doesn't have a Bitcoin. I don't know why they don't have one. They should get one. It's easy. It's free. It's simple. And but if they don't have one, you can assign someone to send their Nigerian Naira to that assigned person. That assigned person would then, send you some Bitcoin, open a wallet for you. It's free to do so, and boom, you know what? You got $20 in your wallet. You can now go make your donation for the Team Build to your assigned sponsor in the build and start receiving Bitcoin donations to that same Bitcoin wallet that you'll have entered in the My Money section of CrowdRising back office. So we're gonna have some fun, and like I said, the initial target is between 1 and 5 to get first and fifth to get everything in place. It may take us a little longer, and it may take a little longer to get some of the marketing materials and things out there that we're going to need to really build upon this. But during the month of March, we're going to have some fun here, and we're going to get back in the groove of you guys accepting some donations and getting that little bell to go off in your back office and approving them, and we're going to have some renewed excitement in the air. So that's pretty much all I have today. So I just want to thank each and every one of you for coming on this webinar. If there's anything at all I missed, Terry, I'm just going to turn it back to you one more time. If anyone has any questions, we'll hang around here for a while and see if anyone has any specific questions that we can take care of. So thanks again, folks. Just want to say welcome to this CrowdRising Team Build. We're going to have a great time here. So over to you, Terry.
Thanks, Pete. Just want to make sure that each and every one of you, make sure you send in an email and also join our team Skype room as well and get everybody in there. And that's all I have to say. Thank you for joining us tonight and taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great evening, guys.
Thanks so much, Terry. And if anyone has any questions or whatever, crowdrisingcompliance@gmail.com, or you can add me to Skype. My Skype user ID is investnow2. Oops, I put 2 E's in there. There's only 1 E. Invest, let me spell it again. Investnow2, number 2. So you can add me to Skype, and feel free to be requested to be added to the group, the T-Build group that we have, and we're just looking forward to working with you guys. All right, let me just see if there's any questions here. For those that are recording, you can end recording now. Just a little Q&A session and just interact a little bit with our participants. So again, thanks, guys. Have a wonderful, awesome, phenomenal night. And we'll see you again tomorrow. All right, Gary posted a question here. Why not have the social media and Google plus Twitter and more buttons on the CRM? It's already there, Gary. Have you not gone to your back office? If you go to your back office, Gary, it's all there. Go to your, let me see where it is again. I have to go back and see where it is. Click on settings. I can't recall if it's settings or where it is. No, that's where you control the emails that you receive. Profile, let me see if it's there. Yeah, it's right there. So if you go to your profile, Gary, you're going to see you have profile options, email address, avatar, social links, Skype ID, phone number. They should all be turned on. Right beneath that, Gary, in your social networks, you could add your Facebook, you could add your LinkedIn, you could add your Google Plus, you could add whatever you want for your social networks right in your CrowdRising back office, right in your member profile. So in case you didn't know that, Gary, it is all there already. All right, let me see if there's any other questions. Terry posted the email address in here, so you can copy and paste that email address. Send us an email if you have any questions at all. I'm going to be monitoring that and getting back to you. I joined the group and sent you a contact request. Awesome, Terry. Welcome. Great to have you there, Terry. I know I've had several Skype requests. If you guys have Skyped me, I've pretty much said the same thing to everyone that Skyped me. Just wait for the announcement today in the webinar. We'll get the replay out to you for those that can't make the webinar. And I've repeated myself saying we'll do this again tomorrow, Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, for those that couldn't make this webinar, so you can spread the word amongst your networks there, let everyone know that, especially those in countries where it's really late right now, 3 p.m. will be a lot better time for you guys to get into the webinar tomorrow. So I don't see more questions, so we'll call it a wrap. And again, have a wonderful, awesome night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.